Hi, my name is Craig Ellingson. I'm a service technician for Eastey Enterprises, and in this video we're going to talk about initial setup of lower electromagnets. You'll notice on the magnets here that they're all mounted with 4 bolts and they're all slotted so they can be raised up and down. So the first thing to do when we're going to adjust these is we're actually going to lift the film clamps up. And I'm going to take 2 screwdrivers. I'm going to lift the film clamp up and stick a screwdriver through to hold the safety shields up, revealing the blade. And next we're going to crack loose the Allen-headed bolts that hold the lower electromagnets and let them fall all the way to the bottom of their slots. So the next thing you'll end up doing is, it's often nice to have a second person to help you hold the seal bar in the down position where the blade is coming into even contact with the seal pad. And then you'll take a nickel and put it on top of the electromagnet, slide the electromagnet up, and lock it back down. Once the magnets have been readjusted, you can remove the screwdrivers from the film clamps. And now the blade will indent itself into the lower seal pad approximately the thickness of a nickel. The center to center from the upper magnet pad and the lower electromagnet can also be adjusted. It takes a 7/16 wrench that mounts the electromagnet. Once this is cracked loose, then the magnet can be moved right to left. So here you can just line it up the best you can, being centered on the upper magnet pad. So if the magnets are not adjusted properly, you'll notice a humming noise coming from the magnet when you pull the seal bar down. What that is that's the electromagnet not fully engaging with the upper round disc. When the magnet is working properly, the upper round disc will fully engage with the electromagnet. So after we have adjusted the lower electromagnets and the upper magnet pads are coming into full contact with the lower electromagnets, we can fine-tune the pressure with the linear threaded rods. So these are our linear threaded rods. On this machine we have 4 on the front and 3 on the side. By cracking loose the acorn on top, we can then adjust the nuts on these linear threaded rods. The more gap you have between the crossbar and the seal bar, the more pressure you're going to get. The less gap, the less amount of pressure. We'll often use a piece of copy paper to adjust the pressure. By sealing the copy paper, we can look at the indent created to let us know how much pressure we have for the blade indenting itself into the seal pad. We'll seal the copy paper all along the entire seal bar to make sure that the pressure is even from right to left. In this case, the pressure is consistent throughout the entire seal bar area. So here I decrease the pressure on this side to show you what an inconsistent seal would look like. If you notice on the paper, there's a light indent on this side and there's barely any on this side. So we're going to increase the pressure on the left-hand side. So to increase the pressure, we're going to increase the gap from the bottom of this crossbar to the top of the seal bar. So you'll be loosening this nut on top, this 1/2 inch nut, and then tightening this 1/2 inch nut underneath. So it usually will take about a 1/2 turn to a full turn to start seeing some improvements on the paper. So we're going to start, I did a 1/2 turn here, and we'll see what the indent looks on the paper. We're starting to see the blade, but we're going to go a little bit more yet. So a few things you can learn about from the paper test. Low pressure, you might notice that when you're trying to cut the plastic, it won't separate. It might seal, but it won't actually cut. Another thing is if you have too much pressure, where the blade is going into the seal pad too much, you might wind up with some stringy film or strings that are along the seal. There should be a happy medium to where it cuts it and separates without string. So thanks for watching this video on adjusting the lower magnets and fine-tuning the seal head pressure. If you'd like to see more videos, please head on to our YouTube channel or head on to Eastey.com.